Good morning. How are you?
Hi everybody. Are you ready for Pilates?
Yes.
Okay, so today we're going to start in vertical. So get a chair or a wall to hold on to, and you're going to need a mat, a ball or a ring, and a towel. If you would like on this first segment, you can wear shoes. If not, you can still be barefoot. So let's get started in vertical. We're going to start in a turned out position from the hip. And the knee and the hip are aligned and along with the knee and the foot. So you don't want to collapse into this bend. You want your knees pushing over your toes. Really important for your knee health. So let's find our alignment. Our neck is long. The top of our head is reaching out to the ceiling. The shoulders are down. The collarbones are happy and wide. The ribs are in. The navel is pushing into the spine. The pelvic floor is lifted. You're sitting out of your hips. You're activating your glutes. Your legs are long. Knees over toes. So let's just try some plies here. Keeping those knees pushing over the toes and not collapsing inward if you can help it. Now, one way to stop that is to make sure the big toe and the little toe and the heel foot centers are pressing deep into the floor so you have good foot alignment. If you press over to your big toe and leave your little toe off the floor, you're going to roll the foot. You don't want to do that. If you do the opposite with the little toe and you press into that and lift the big toe, then you're going to roll this way off the foot, out. So let's try to keep the balance between the big toe and the little toe. Tiny presses, warming up, getting our body ready for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, from here, we're going to bend the knees, keep them wide, lift the heels, lengthen through the legs, squeeze the inner thighs together, and lower the heels. This is a very controlled movement. We're going to bend, lift, straighten, drop. Bend, lift, straighten, drop. Working through the foot, through the legs, the glutes, the abs, lower body, up. Keep it smooth, controlled, and most importantly, don't forget to breathe. Building the strength of the lower body in external rotation. 2 more. And 1 more. Now hold it there. Just in case you want to check your balance. Pull your abs in. See if you can lift your arms and hold. Find those foot centers, big toe, little toe, and lower. Good job. Okay, now we're going to reverse it. We're going to go up, bend those knees over the toes, drop the heels, and then straighten. Now that straighten zips up the legs all the way up to the pubic bone. It's an active movement, so don't just sleepwalk through it. You want to keep it active. Up, bend, heels, straighten. 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 1 more. Up, bend, heels, straighten. Now let's work the plie in the relative position. We're going to bend, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. 8, 7, 6, find those front 2 foot centers. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now right leg and left leg. Right heel and left heel. Don't let the knee go past the toe. Open it up on the external rotation. Find the foot centers. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now we're going to do the whole exercise the first way and then the second way. We're going to go down and then up. We're going to reverse it. So it's down, lift, straighten, lower. Up on the toes, down, heels, straighten. Bend, lift, straighten, lower. Up, heels, lower. Bend. You got to use your brain here. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and hold. Let's just hold it and press it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. That warmed up our lower body. Let's go to the floor. You can take your shoes off now. We're going to do some articulations of the spine in supine, do our whole supine ab series, and then move through the mat work. Always remember, do what you think is best for you. It's not necessary to do everything. It's more important to do a little bit of everything as correctly as you can and build your strength slowly. So from here, we're going to roll down the spine. You can bend your knees here if you need to. And we're going to walk it out into that wonderful plank position before we go to supine. And we're going to hold our abs deep into our spine. You can be on your elbows if you choose here. Hold it. This is great ab work right here. Navel in. Pelvic floor lifted, ribs wrapped, breathe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you can drop that knee to help you turn if you need to. Turn and open it up and hold it. Breathe. Elbow or full arm, you choose. Good alignment, abs in. Change sides. Keep those shoulder blades in and down. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders. Breathe for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it right there. Back into that front plank. Really lengthen through the front of the legs. Breathe. Lower your knees down gently and feel a stretch. Before we settle into supine, let's go into the reverse plank and we'll be done and out of the way with all the planks. So you can bend your knees here if this is more comfortable for you. If not, just keep your legs straight. Once again, that chest is proud, it's open, the abs are in, and we're going to find a position for our arms. We can do it on our elbows if you choose, or you can keep your hands this way, facing your heels, or you can take your hands outward. This is a little easier if your chest is tight. So you choose what position is best for you. Pull your abs in. Really feel that lengthening of the spine. Now the inner thighs have to kick in here. Use those inner thighs, magnetize them, and lift and hold. Hips are high. You're in one long line for 8, 7, 6, 5, hang in there, 4, 3, 2, and lower down, and shake it out. Let's roll down and find the spine along the floor with the back of the head on, the shoulder blades and the shoulders, the backs of the arms are on the floor, the collarbones are wide, the ribs are wrapped, the navel is in, the pelvic floor is lifting, the knees are bent, and we're going to just roll through that lower body to get it warmed up and ready for our articulated movements. There are several articulations in Pilates, and we want to use them correctly. This is an articulation from the tailbone to the waist. Lumbopelvic area only. Soft, controlled. Pelvic tilt, then arch. Pelvic tilt, then arch. The upper body is active, but it's not moving. Keep that chest open, wide, and happy. If you need a little pillow to give you good alignment of your neck, feel free to use it. Now let's just circle, 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 and circle. Now reverse the circle. The hips are basically the only thing moving, preparing you for your exercises in the mat. And then back to the tailbone, finding the neutral pelvis. And now we're going to go all the way up the spine, one vertebra at a time, passing through the waist, into the low rib, into the shoulder blades, and a little above the shoulder blades. Stop there, take an inhale, and come back down. So articulation starts at the tailbone. Ready? Inhale, exhale. Here we are at the top. The hip flexors are open, knees are floating. Let's go back down from the shoulder blades to the low rib, to the waist, to the top of the hips, all the way to the tailbone, every vertebra one at a time. Let's try it. Don't forget to use your breath one more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale. Stay up this time. Now for this next movement, it's important to find the foot centers. Big toe, little toe, and heel. We're going to have this leg doing the movement and this leg doing the stabilizing. So one leg stabilizes while the other one moves. And we're going to take it up and dot an eye to the ceiling. Really kick in the glutes and the hams on the standing leg. Lift. Try to keep the movement smooth. It's not a jerky movement, and keep the hips as square as you possibly can. Up, 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 up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is a little more difficult right here at the knee, knee to knee. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. You're welcome to take a break during these. These are difficult. Reestablish your position. Hips high, hips square. Développé up with the other leg. Find your foot centers on your standing leg and lift. 2, 3, 4. Smooth and controlled. Breathing. 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little more difficult down here. 8, 7. Wow, you can feel those glutes and hams on the standing leg really working. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Building that back body strength. We're going to inhale and we're going to articulate down that spine one more time. Inhale. Exhale. All the way down to neutral. And now we introduce a ring or a ball, whatever's best for you. or a thick towel, and we're going to put that object between our legs above our knees, and we're going to squeeze it until our hips, knees, and toes are tracking. We're not going to have our knees too wide or our knees too narrow. We're going to keep that track from the hips. And we're going to squeeze in and out, never letting the knees go further away from the hips. They stay in line with the feet and the hips. Squeeze until you squeeze in. They come in just a little bit and then they return to the track. 8, 7, 6, 5. Check to see if your pelvis is in neutral. The tailbone is on the floor. No pelvic tilts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Hold it. If you feel a little quiver on those inner thighs, that's okay. You're working deeply. Breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come out of the neutral pelvis, curl it into a pelvic tilt. Excuse me. And we're going to work all the way through the spine like we did before, all the way up, keeping our body just above our shoulder blades. Everything from above the shoulder blades to the top of the head is on the floor. Let's squeeze again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now tap it and lift it. No articulation. Tap, lift. Tap, lift. Tap, lift. Up. Check your upper body. Wide open. Eyes at the ceiling. And now let's roll it down. 1, 2, 3, all the way to the tailbone. Release your ring or your ball. And now we are ready to shake out our legs and start our ab series. So let's take a moment to practice our breathing so we know that we're breathing correctly. Our legs are long. There's a slight arch in the low back, and there's a slight arch in the neck. But everything is aligned like a string of pearls on the floor. We're going to practice our breath just to make sure we understand the concept of the Pilates breathing. We're going to take it through our nose. When we do that, we're going to expand this rib cage, not up and down, but east to west, sideways. The ribs open up, and then when we exhale, they close off and wrap around the spine, so they girdle in. So inhale. Now breathe out through the mouth and corset the ribs. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Inhale again. Always through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Corset the ribs. On the inhale, the navel sinks deep. On the exhale, it sinks deeper. Really find that soft tissue between the low rib and the hip. Really contract and connect. Inhale one more time. And exhale. I try to get all the air out on the exhale. When you're breathing a little faster, then maybe you don't take such deep breaths, but it's important to mindfully breathe throughout the exercise. Take your legs to tabletop. This time you're going to take 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out for the 100. We're going to inhale. We're going to articulate through the spine to the tips of the shoulder blades, eyes over the knees. The neck is free. It's the abs and the upper back holding the position. Choose your leg position, and let's breathe in for 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. You take 5 in and 5 out. Inhale. Exhale. You can take short breaths in, out. or long breaths. In, out. You choose what's best for you. In, out, just breathing. Out, in, out, in, out. Two more. In, out, and in, and out. Come back down. We're ready for the roll-up. The roll-up can be done in part or the whole complete roll-up, but you must choose what's best for you. If you find yourself struggling, you can put a skinny towel under your waist to help with the low back tightness. Flex the feet, feed energy out through the legs. If you come up just to this point and back, that's perfectly acceptable. Try to engage your ribs, your abs, and not your neck. Let's take an inhale and exhale, come up. Rounding through the spine, reaching. Keep your shoulders down and in line with your spine. Let's roll back and try it again. Use your breath both ways. Inhale, exhale. Keep those legs on the floor as you reach forward, cinching the belt around your waist, navel to spine, and then inhale here. And then it gets a little harder, so exhale. Use the breath on your exertion. Inhale. Exhale, inhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. The breath really helps with this. Helps contract the abs. And rest. Take the towel away. And let's do some trunk stability with leg mobility. The leg circles. Lift the leg, try not to hike the hip. Keep the hip neutral, cross the midline and around. If you flex the non-working leg, it will help stabilize you while the other is working. Feed energy out through the heel. Point the toe on the circled leg. Reverse it. And change positions, change legs, level the hips, wrap the ribs, sink the belly, cross the midline first. And reverse it. Keep a nice long leg, eye focus to the ceiling. One more. Bring those knees in, open up the low back, and feel the stretch. Let's come up for rolling like a ball. Come to the edge of your mat. Find a position for your legs that they can remain static. If this feels more comfortable, you can hold under your thighs. The more advanced position is holding at your ankles, pulling your heels close to your glutes. Squeeze your inner thighs, elbows are broad, eye focus down. We're going to inhale back. Inhale, exhale. Try not to use your legs, only your core and your breathing. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Two more. One more. Hold it there. Balance. We're going to go back down halfway, just to the tips of the shoulder blades. And let's do single leg stretch. Stay high on the upper body. Drop your shoulders, eyes over the knees. Inhale, exhale. Use your breath. If the back feels like it's arching, take that straight leg higher into the air to protect the spine. 4 more. Bring both knees in. Readjust your upper body, eyes over the knees. Arms long, legs long. Inhale first. Exhale, out. Spiral. Four more. 3 more. 2. Last one. Time for the scissor. One leg up, one leg down, both long. Pulse it twice and switch. Pulse, switch. Pulse, switch. Pulse, switch. Try to keep long legs. Trunk is quiet. Pelvis is neutral. 4 more. 4. 3. Scoop that belly. Breathe. Good job. Come down. Rest the head. Active upper body. Open the legs. No turnout. Keep your knees parallel. And cross it 3 times. Open wide. Close. Cross. Open. Close. Cross. Lengthen through your legs. Work those inner thighs. Scoop the belly. One more. And then come up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Pull that navel into the spine. Take the legs down on the exhale, up on the inhale. This is double leg straights and up. Exhale. Inhale. Try to get those legs active and working. 2 legs become 1. Down, up, down, up. 1 more. Down, up, tabletop, crisscross. 1. Turning the upper body. Lower body is reaching. Breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, center here. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's do a pencil stretch to release the abs. It's okay if you arch your back. You want to release the front body. It's worked so hard. Take an inhale. Exhale. It's okay if the ribs are splayed. You're releasing all this area in here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, before we come up, let's find our powerhouse one more time. So we're going to inhale, expand the ribs east to west. Exhale, corset the ribs, sink the belly, lift the pelvic floor. Now all this is working again. No splayed ribs, no puffed out belly. We're going to really powerhouse up right in here because we're going to continue through our exercises using our powerhouse once again. Flex your feet, and your legs are only about a hip's width apart. They're long. If you need to bend your knees to relieve your hamstrings or low back, that's okay. Arms come forward. Plug your arms into your shoulder joint. The back is long against an invisible wall, and we're going to articulate off the wall from the head to the tail. Ready? Exhale. Rounding over into a C curve. Now we're going to articulate from the tail to the head, coming back onto the wall, restacking the spine. One vertebra at a time. Let's try to move in sections, small sections, not big sections. This is what keeps our spine. Inhale, use your abs. And restack. Let's try one more of those. Inhale, exhale. And you want to feel that stretch through the spine. Keep your shoulders plugged, neck in neutral alignment with the spine, and now back up against the wall, one vertebra at a time. Great job. Now we're going to roll articulatedly with open leg rocker. Knees and feet are on the same level. Legs are as wide as your mat. Hands are under your thighs. This is the prep for the open leg rocker. The elbows are broad. Before we start, our eyes are on the horizon. As we roll back without moving our legs, we inhale, exhale, roll, and come back up. When you roll back, look down towards the pubic bone and then back up to the horizon on the return. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Now you can continue rolling in this manner, or you can go to the open leg rocker position. Rounded spines, lifted hearts. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll. Come up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Rolling up and down that spine. This time we're going to hold it. Now lift the heart, drop the shoulders, eyes on the horizon. Breathe. Close the legs. Pull the inner thighs together. Now it's time for open leg rocker. Lower body rotation, upper body stability. We're going to lift up. We're going to circle around with the hips and legs. Come back into center. Reverse the circle up, the other direction, and center. Keep the thighs and the heels glued together. Up, circle, stop. Up, circle, stop. Upper body quiet, open, up, circle, stop. One more. Up, circle, stop. Bring the knees in, roll up. It's time for the saw. So we just completed the lower body rotations of the corkscrew. Now we're going to do the upper body rotations of the saw. The lower body remains active but stable. It doesn't move. The legs don't shift. The sits bones don't move. They're planted in concrete. They're high. They're sitting tall. The upper body is open. The arms start out to the sides. And we're going from the waist, turning, turning, turning. Look behind you. And then roll round over that knee on the right side. Crossing the little toe. Coming back up. Keep looking behind you and center. Now, if you don't quite make it to the little toe, that's fine. The intention is to round over in a beautiful C curve, looking behind you, reaching. Up, back to center. Turn, reach. Check to make sure the lower body is not moving. A helpful hint here is to keep those feet flexed and reach energy out through your heels. Reach, up, center. Turn, turn, reach, Everything's working on this one. Everything. It's a fully integrated exercise. Good job. Close your legs. We've done some seated work. We've done some supine work. Now we're going into prone to arch the back, to elongate the spine in the front. So let's start with our hands right at midline and our elbows anchored into our sides. So you're going to feel a real activation of the shoulder blades. The neck is long, the legs are long, the hips are placed firmly into the floor as the abs lift away from the floor. And we're going to lift our nose, then our chin, then our neck, then our collarbones, our heart, and our sternum. And back down. Open up our body. Inhale. Exhale. Articulate up. 2, 3, 4. Back down. 2, 3, 4. And up. 2, 3, 4. Back down. 2, 3, 4. Back up. 2, 3, 4. Back down. 2, 3. And rest. Now, that was the upper part of the prep for the swan. This is the lower prep for the swan. We're going to lift those legs and thighs, hopefully, off the floor. You won't be able to do it if you don't activate the glutes and lengthen through the back of the knees. Really takes a lot of back body strength to do this. So lift and lower. Lift and lower. The trunk does not move, just the legs. Up and lower. Up and lower. And up and lower. Good job. Now to complete the full movement, we're going to extend the back on the up body front, and the lower body, we're going to extend the legs. The higher you extend both directions, the better the seesaw effect of the swan will be. So we're going to go up, try to keep those shoulders down, and lift. Up, lift. Up, lift. Up, lift. Up, lift. Up, lift. Up, 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 up. This reminds me when we were children, how we would swing and use all our body force to get as high as we could. So let's take a little rest here and stretch out that low back. Back down for some lower body movement and an extended spine. So we're going to elbows out to the side, clasp hands, and we extend the spine, the collarbones and the heart to the ceiling. Press the hips into the floor, pull the navel into the spine, point, flex, point, and lower. Really activate your powerhouse here. Make sure you breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Point, flex, point, point, flex, point, point, flex, point. Keep those shoulder blades together and point. Very active upper body. Now let's go to the floor, turn our heads. Place our hands at the small of our back, and you can lace your fingers. Drop your elbows towards the floor into internal rotation from the shoulder. And we're going to take both legs and kick 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to extend the arms and legs and the upper back. Hold it, lengthen, and then turn the opposite direction. Drop the elbows and kick 3 times. Reach. And turn. Reach. And turn. On the reach, you should feel the activation of the upper back. And maybe even into the lower lats. Turn. 1 more. turn. Good job. Come back up. We're going to turn to side. We're going to work the sideline position. Concentrate on the abduction of the top legs. So let's start in a really strong elevated position. Our elbows are right under our shoulders. Our shoulders are over, our left shoulder is over our right shoulder. Our left hip is over our right hip. We're long. Our ribs are up. They're not sinking into the floor. This is an inactive position. This is your active upper body position when you pull your ribs up and contract them into your spine. So we're going to flex the feet. That should feel good to your calves. And we're just going to lift the leg. This is a tiny lift, but it's very controlled. There will be no movement in the pelvis. The pelvis and the hips and the trunk are very stable here. It's just from the femur head down to the heel moving. 8, 7. If you do these correctly, the fatigue will set in fairly quickly. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feed energy out through that heel. Make that top leg longer than the bottom leg. Take it to the front without moving the pelvis. Not easy. So keep the range of motion small if you can't control it. Flex and point. Flex and point. Sit high on those elbows. Pull those ribs in. Flex and point. Flex and extend. The hip feels so good. Flex and point. One more. Flex and point. Keeping the top leg at hip height. Point the toe. Circle the leg. Tiny circles. Once again, the trunk is completely stable. 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lengthen, lengthen, circle, circle. Good job. Drop it down. Now from here, it's time for that side teaser. This involves the core control, the hip flexion, and it works both front body and back body. So we're going to hold our high position here because if you start down here, you've got a long way to go. You want to really pull out of your joints. Don't hang in your joints. Pull your ribs together. Take that left hip backwards towards the floor as you lift the legs, carefully using your core, and then come back down. Make sure you don't reach your shoulders to your ears here because it's difficult. You tend to want to put those upper traps into it. The traps have to remain active but down. Inhale. 2 more. Inhale. One more. Can you hold it here? And just press up with the legs. Press up. Pull those abs in, shoulders down. Breathe. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Back down, hold. Good job. Let's come to the other side. So our legs are long, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked, ribs are up. Shine the heart to the ceiling. You can put your hands here, but don't roll into it, or here, or in the air, whatever you choose. Flex the feet, tiny movement. Controlled movement, micro movement, going deep into the glute medius minimus, right here. 4 more. Good job. Now keep that leg at hip height, top leg, forward, point back, forward, point back. Forward, point back, Flex forward. Remain stable on that elbow. Keep that shoulder joint in its proper place. Stay in the joint, not out of the joint. One more. Hold. Now take that top leg as long as you can at hip height and just circle tiny circles. Circle, circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower. Okay. It's time for the teaser, side teaser. Roll back, pull the abs in, lift, and back down. If you don't activate those legs, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze the heels together, it's much harder to get up. So really use your legs to assist you. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. And one more, stay up there. And 1. And 2. Deepen the abs. Drop the shoulders. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back down, hold it, and it's time to roll into prone again for the swim series. A little more back body work. We're going to place our hips firmly on the floor. Arms above our head, prone shoulder flexion. Pull the arms into, plug them into the shoulder joints. We're going to lift the thighs. We're going to lift the arms. And we're going to do opposite arms, let your shoulders down. Lengthen through the arms, fingertips. Breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the legs to the floor, but remain active. Spiral the shoulders around, arch up. And 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it there. Palms up, thighs off, shoulders back. Lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more set. 8. This is called the dart. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Back. And hold. Before we go into our Mermaid series, we're going to do the supine teaser. But we're going to do the preps, because the preps, I think, are really good in teaching you not to cheat. And how that's done is with bending that knee slightly. If you bend it too much, you'll never get up. So a slight bend of the knee, stabilizing the heel into the floor and keeping it there throughout. The other leg is long. The pelvis is neutral. Now, if you think this will help, put that under your waist to help your low back. It's not necessary to come up all the way if you cannot do it. It's better not to struggle. It's better to come up, build your strength slowly. So with this leg position in mind, the chest open, the ribs wrapped, the arms long, we're going to inhale, we're going to articulate up, and then bring that leg up to the top, and then bring it back down on the way. Do not lift the standing leg, keep it firmly on the floor. Let's try that again. Inhale to breathe, in first, to prepare. And then exhale, back down. Use your breath throughout. Chest open. Inhale. Exhale. Back down. Good job. There's 3 on that side. Now we're going to do the other side. Slight bend to that knee. Anchor the heel into the floor. Chest open. Inhale. Exhale. And if you're like me, one side's harder than the other. Inhale. Exhale. And this is your last one, so make it good. Inhale. Exhale. And back down. And you're ready for the Mermaid series. So let's come up. Tighten up those knees if you can. Sit tall. Take the right hand up if the knees are going to the right. And just let that side bend happen through the rib cage. And breathe. Take the arm behind you and look back. And center. Look back and center. Open it up and reach to the other side and circle that arm around the joint. Slowly and controlled. And then into that beautiful rainbow body, side bend. Turn, square it off, pull the navel in, drop the shoulders, eyes to the floor, and hold. You feel a release in the gluteus minimus and medius on the externally rotated legs, so that should feel good. Back up. And then let's change, take our legs straight, and then into a tighter mermaid, the traditional mermaid. Knees to the left, left arm comes up. Once again, that beautiful stretch from the waist to the fingertips. Drop your shoulders. Bend your elbow, look behind, and come back. Look behind, come back. Don't raise your shoulders. One more. And then open up the legs, external, internal rotation, and over into that rainbow. And circle the arm. And then back over into that rainbow, and then turn your shoulders to the floor. Drop your shoulders down. Don't let them come to your ears. Reach long through the fingertips. Pull the navel in and hold. Back up. And then take our place for one last exercise. Let's do the seal. So the seal is a rolling exercise. The hands thread through the diamonds of the legs and hold on the outer ankles. So your knees are wide, your heels are together. You're rounded at the low back. Your chest remains open. You're going to clap your heels together 3 times. You're going to roll, clap, roll, clap, 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 roll, clap, 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 roll, roll, roll. It's okay if you don't clap. It's a timing thing. Roll and roll. That sort of smooths out your spine
right, but whatever.
before we end our class. So now we're back here for our leg stretches. Ring or towel or strap. Lengthen through the back of the knee. We're stretching the hams. This leg long to the floor. Elbows broad. Shoulders down. Spine neutral to the floor. Eyes to the ceiling. Take your inhale. Don't skip over this breathing. It brings your body back to its natural state, refreshes the lungs, brings oxygen into the muscles and all the toxins out through the breath. The carbon dioxide, take it out to the side. Feel the inner thigh stretch. Lengthen both legs. Flex the heel on the stretched leg and breathe. Rib cage down, abs in. Take it up. You're at the center now. Cross the midline. Change hands. This is the outer thigh IT band stretch. Releasing the minimus medius all the way down to the knee. Flex the foot. Hold. Back up. And then change your leg. Shoulders are down, leg is long. Breathe. Give those ribs and their muscles, the intercostals, a workout. Inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale, corset the ribs. Arm out, leg out, inner thigh stretch. Leg up in the air, cross the midline, and reach. Heel to the ceiling, one more time. The other leg joins, and then roll up. And let's stretch out our chest, shoulders, neck. Roll your shoulders. Sit tall, find a comfortable position, whatever works for you. If you want straighter legs, that's fine too. It can be here. Put your hands behind you and press your shoulders towards the floor. Lengthen through the back of the neck, and let's take the left shoulder, left ear to the left shoulder, and hold. You'll stretch out those upper traps from here to here, pressing those shoulders away from you. Take an inhale, exhale, and then to the other side. Good congruent position of the neck. Back up, knees, and just like a bobblehead. No tension in that neck. Let it be free. We hold so much tension in our neck and our shoulders. Now, from here, lengthen through the back of the neck and put the head over the shoulders. Not forward, not back. Just over the shoulders. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So I hope you have a great week. I'm always here on Monday at 9 for our cardio fusion class, and I'm here at 10 for our Pilates class. That's both Monday and Thursday, 9 and 10 o'clock. So have a great week, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.